Hello, everybody. How are you all today evening? Good evening. Today is 15th March 2022. My name is TSV Raghavan and this is my YouTube channel trsv nectar. I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author of booklets on fiction, spiritualism, and assorted subjects on Amazon Kindle and paperback. Today we are going to discuss about something that I have evolved out of my continuous contemplation within through meditation. This is something which I have gleaned out of my superconscious, subconscious, and unconscious memory. Let us talk about it today. The science of self realization by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada of ISKCON. This was written on the cover of a booklet that I saw in a lending library in Dombivli, Kalyan, Maharashtra, India, long back. Intrigued, I tried to take this book and look through the pages. Somehow I was hooked to it and I not only read it but I also purchased it. So enamored was I by this book that a few days later I read several videos or books of ISKCON which I purchased from Juhu ISKCON Temple, Bombay. When I read them, I felt or I learnt that Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami had done an impossible task of constructing 108 ISKCON temples all around the world. I was stunned. I felt that this was an impossible task. I bowed down reverently. I worship Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami as much as I worship other deities. A couple of days back, I saw a video by Dr. Ramachandran Nagaswamy in which he said that if you want to construct temples, you can do them yourself by converting your body into a temple where the localized Paramatma resides in the shape or form that you feel best for your worship. Your favorite deity can become a deity in a temple within your own body if you so desire. Now, when I saw this video, I started thinking This body is made up of causal intelligence, which is the first layer, astral mind, the second layer, etheric senses, the third layer, and the gross body made up of air, fire, water, and earth. The gross body, which is exhibited in the universe outside by every living entity to be identified with, is just an instrument which obeys the orders of the etheric senses, the astral mind, and the causal body. All these four bodies are glued together by a substance called ego. This ego, in turn, is made up of three categories. When the living entity identifies himself or herself with the body, then it becomes false ego. When the same living entity identifies himself or herself with the soul, this ego becomes the real ego. But when the same living entity identifies himself or herself with the super soul, the localized Paramatma within himself or herself, the same ego becomes super ego. I was always interested in bodybuilding, but somehow I had over the years developed a love hate relationship with bodybuilding, and I could not pinpoint why. Today I have found out why. It was because I was indulging in bodybuilding as a living entity who identifies with the body. This made my intellect physical, and the Mool Adhara Chakra, which makes a living entity get attracted towards bodybuilding, was temporary and painful. But when I began identifying myself with the soul within, I have again begun taking interest in bodybuilding. Even after that, I was not very satisfied. But when I heard about Dr. Ramanathan Nagaswami's discourse that you can treat your body as a temple, I began identifying with a part and parcel of the super soul. I mean, I began thinking that I was just a part and parcel of the super soul, a minuscule part. Then I started thinking seriously about creating a temple of my body. My interest in bodybuilding arose manifolds after that. Now, the living entity within me was the deity which was placed in the temple that was my body of four layers, that is, of causal intelligence, astral mind, etheric senses, and the gross body of four elements, mainly air, fire, water, and earth. Now I have got a renewed interest in bodybuilding, not because I am so attracted towards my body, but because I feel that through bodybuilding I can do something creative and constructive and try to build a temple for the localized Paramatma vision. To tell you frankly, I worship several gods and goddesses. They are Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati, Lord Krishna, Goddess Lakshmi, or Lord Vishnu, Goddess Lakshmi or Rukmini, Lord Brahma or Goddess Saraswati, Lord Hanuman, Lord Ganapati, Lord Kartikeya, and Lord Balarama, and so on. The list is limitless. Now, because I loved all these deities, I was confused about how to make my temple have one deity. And then today morning I saw another video about the temple complex called Angkor Wat in Cambodia. I decided there and then that henceforth I will concentrate on building a temple complex inside my body where I can place several lovable and worshipable deities being lords and goddesses. Now, I have given you this talk because I want every one of you all around the world to consider his or her body as a temple for the localized Paramatma within, for the super soul within. As per your tastes, preferences, and desires, you can choose one deity or several deities and place them into this particular temple. This way, you can call yourself creative and be proud that you have constructed a temple for a deity who you worshipped, loved, cared, and for whom or in whose name you were devoted. This will make you realize yourself better. I would suggest that every one of you must try this from this very moment. If you feel that I am talking sense, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Please feel free to talk to me about your own opinions and views so that I can get some suggestions, advice, and inspiration from people like you. Till we meet in my next video, it is a good evening from TSV Raghavan. Thank you.